My boss found out I was the one who put his toolbox up on the pallet rack, so he got me a new office. That's where I work now. It's only 98 degrees outside, and it's 9 a.m. All right, so we have a 414 in here with leaking hydro. It's all over the bottom of the plane. It's all in the tail section. So going through the troubleshooting guide. It's pretty easy to get to. It sits right here in the nose. We've already changed both the filters, so just gotta get her done. So we suspect that the reservoir is leaking, so we're gonna take it out and do a pressure test because there's fluid all behind it here. And the top is relatively dry, so we're gonna do some investigating and figure it out real quick. So I'm gonna use the cylinder tester so I can crank it up to a calibrated like 10 psi, probably 5 psi. And then I will spray with soapy bubbles and see if I can see if it's leaking out of this O-ring, that O-ring, or a couple of the other ones. But it's probably gonna leak out of this piece of junk right there. And to no one's surprise at all, it is leaking. So I'm anticipating comments because some of you, bless your hearts, let's just say that. Why did you take it out to do the pressure test? Blah, blah, blah. There's evidence that it's been welded before in a couple of areas, so I suspect that maybe it had some cracks before, so I wanted to check the welds, and you can't see the back, so that's why I took it out to do the pressure test. All right, we're running it up so we complete the system. Because there's these two lights that say hydro flow, and they're on. They're off. That one right there, we had to get those to come off to get all the air out from changing the filters, so should be good to go now. So we fixed the super obvious leak with that for the time being so we can like do testing. And got the pressure test stuff hooked up. Master is on, gear up, flicks the test unit on. So then we tested this solenoid. This solenoid operates as it's supposed to. When you energize it, it is magnetic. When you de-energize it, it's not. So that goes into the manifold pressure assembly, and that controls whether the hydraulic fluid goes to the return or to pressurize the landing gear to make them go up and down. And we do have fluid coming into here and coming out of here. We've confirmed that. Oh, also the check valve is broken, which we discovered when we tried to move it. We moved it and we rotated it and it popped straight up and off. So they're gonna need a new check valve. But manifold is bad. And let me show you how we came to that conclusion. And as you can see, it makes zero pressure, which is not good. Okay, so this is the hydraulic system, this is your reservoir, and this is your manifold assembly. So you have your return, and then you have your pressure side, which works off your hydraulic pressure switch. So when the solenoid engages, it's moving fluid from pressure side to return side to the reservoir. So this is basically what happened. Hydraulic system troubleshooting chart. This one is one of the first times that these charts have actually worked out pretty well for us. Hydraulic system fails to pressurize. That's our current error. Check hydraulic breaker circuit breaker, which we did. It is okay. Visually check reservoir fluid level. If that is okay, which it is now that we've added it, check electrical circuit to manifold valve, and we did. If it is not okay, repair the electrical circuit, but the circuit is operating appropriately. If it's not okay, replace the manifold assembly. So that's where we are currently at. So we're gonna get one off controller as removed and stick it in there, and that's probably gonna fix the error. If not, it's off controller and we can return it because it's as removed. If it's a new or an overhauled unit, you generally, after it's installed and had hydro running through it, can't return it. But we talked to the folks who are getting it through controller, and if it's not the issue, they will let us return it. So that works out pretty well. So that is how we came to the conclusion of that, and in a day or two when everything comes in here, we'll get it done. So our new check valve and our new manifold got here, my guy calls me over because this is open, but it's not draining. This is why it's not draining. Because the cap is on. Now it's draining. That is changed. This is being changed. We're about ready to swing the gear, and hopefully it's gonna work this time. I want a beautiful video of the gear going up and down like they're supposed to. Give me a beautiful video. You ready? No. No? It ain't gonna work unless the cart's on. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Everybody clear, gear coming down. Clear?
Hey, the book said minimum of 5 times anytime a line is disconnected.
Yeah. There's left. 3 green. We got 3 green.